Apple fans are waiting on the edge of their seats for info on the latest iPhones, iOS update, and more. Here with the biggest questions Apple has to answer for customers is Philip Michaels, Tom's Guide managing editor. Thank you for joining us this morning. So, Tom, obviously, we remember the days of old where there'd be some huge hardware launch. Not expecting that this time around. What can customers actually get excited about here?
I think the big thing to get excited about this time around, in particular, will be the preview of iOS 18. The AI features that Apple is going to talk about today are going to touch across all the various platforms that they have: the iPhone, the Mac, even the Apple Watch. But it seems like the brunt of the features are going to be mobile focused, because, of course, that's where Apple sells the most products these days. And the thing that I'm most interested in seeing, and I think Dan mentioned it, was the compatibility issue, whether older iPhones are going to be able to fully support these features, or whether Apple is using this opportunity to maybe push us towards upgrading our iPhones in the fall.
And if we do potentially see an upgrade in some of these products that will force us to buy a new product here, do we know what sort of price range some of these AI-enabled features will come with?
I don't think the AI itself is going to cost anything. I know that there is talk of subscription fees, particularly on the Android platform. But I think this is going to be something that Apple bakes into its operating system, and really all that you're dealing with is the cost of the new phone, which using Apple's current prices ranges between $799 to $1199, and that's a one-time purchase.
And so, Philip, are you wondering why we're not seeing any hardware with this announcement or anything about the iPhone 16? When are customers actually going to see that?
So Apple, while Apple is mysterious, Apple is very predictable. They like to hold off their phone hardware announcements until the fall to maximize sales, particularly around the holiday quarter. WWDC is a developers conference. And really, the audience that Apple is typically trying to reach are the people that build its apps. So you don't often see a lot of hardware at this particular show. To the extent that they have done hardware in the past, it's been either Mac focused, the machines that these developers can build their apps on, or occasionally an iPad. But the phone announcements are very strictly in the fall.
And so then, as we look at where the AI-capable and AI-enabled smartphone market is headed, there's some recent data from Canalys which shows that these AI-enabled smartphones are expected to make up 54% of the global smartphone market in 2028. And that's actually going to be driven by consumer demand as well as some of these advanced chips. So from a customer perspective, do you think Apple is going to lose its edge if it doesn't come out, though, with some really impressive hardware to really take some of this market share away from your Samsungs and your Googles?
I wouldn't worry too much about Apple losing market share. They have a very loyal audience. But it is something that Apple is going to need to address, given how the emphasis that rival companies like your Googles and your Samsungs are placing on AI. And I think the chipset is really going to tell the story. We've seen Qualcomm with its Snapdragon chips really put an emphasis on its neural engine. We've seen Google with the Tensor chips in its Pixel phones, that's been a major focus. Up until now, Apple with its A-series chips that power its smartphones, the emphasis has really been on performance, and I think we're going to see more of a focus on neural capabilities going forward.
And so then when you look at some of these additions that we're expecting with the iPhone 16, if you're just a consumer looking to see some sort of big announcement from the WWDC, are they going to be disappointed then if it's really just more so about the software here?
I think that people who've been Apple customers for a while kind of know what the game is. That this is where Apple previews its software updates for the year. And keep in mind that these updates are going to be available as public betas in a couple of weeks' time. So if you're really excited to see what's in store for your iPhone, you'll be able to sign up for a public beta of iOS 18, download it onto your phone. I'm not sure I'd do that right away because reports are that the early version might be a little bit buggy. But I don't think people are going to be too disappointed, especially since Apple just a month ago released some new iPads. We're going to have the new phones in the fall. This is typically a time to focus on software.
And certainly a precursor there as people can sort of think about what they might want to purchase in the fall as well. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Philip Michaels, Tom's Guide Managing Editor. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.